So I know this sounds crazy, but I would say 99% of the time I'm not recording anything with microphones in my studio here. I'm using either samples in my computer or going direct out of one of my synths or using an amp modeler. So I rarely ever use microphones. I don't really cut vocals in here at all. We're gonna do something a little different today. I have with me the Lauten Audio LS-208. So we're gonna find a bunch of different stuff. I don't even know what yet. We're gonna throw together a little track recording everything with this microphone right here. So this is the Lauten Audio LS-208. This is a large diaphragm front address condenser microphone. With it being a condenser microphone, it is going to require phantom power to use this microphone. However, you can also expect a very high-end kind of clarity out of this microphone that is pretty similar to other condenser microphones. Think like the AKG C414. With it being a front address mic though, it actually has a characteristic that is much more similar to a dynamic microphone like a Shure SM7B or Shure SM57. If I were to start turning this microphone, then it's going to start drastically changing the character of my voice to the point where maybe you can't even hear me that well. This microphone is great at rejecting anything that is not aimed directly at it. When you purchase this microphone new, it will include a custom Spider shock mount, a hard mount, a foam windscreen, and a road case. I did not get this microphone new, hence the, just janky pop filter. This microphone has a low pass and a high pass filter at two different ranges each. The low pass is going to be at 10 kilohertz and 8 kilohertz, and the high pass is going to be at 50 hertz and 120 hertz. This microphone is going to be really great for pretty much anything you want to use it for. It can handle a SPL of 135 decibels. I would use this on acoustic guitars, on vocals, on percussion, maybe even on electric guitars or drums somewhere. And my voice is not the best example, but this would also be a really great broadcast microphone. So the cool part of having one of these microphone arms, and really the main reason I got it, because like I said, I never do vocals, so you can just take it and just wherever you're going to record the acoustic guitar, like I'm going to be sitting right here, just get it and just point it down to where you need to be, and then you're good. Like, this is where we're doing acoustic guitars today. Also, today I will be recording my Orangewood Oliver Mahogany Burst. This is not a high dollar acoustic guitar, so I'm interested to see what it's going to sound like through this workhorse premium microphone, in my opinion. So something I've been experimenting with more while recording music is not always double tracking everything, especially guitars, and panning them hard left and hard right. Typically when I'm recording like rock music and stuff, I will always do hard left and hard right guitars, but whenever you're doing poppier stuff or folkier stuff like this, that may not necessarily be necessary, and it may even be cooler. So I'm going to try to come up with a lead line either with the acoustic or with the electric guitar. I'm going to try to replicate that acoustic guitar take I just did to the best of my ability. I'm going to show you guys an example of the acoustic guitar only being on one side and the lead line being on another side, and then an example of the acoustic guitar being on both and the lead line or riff or whatever being in the middle. You guys let me know down in the comments which one you prefer. So you guys let me know down in the comments which one of those you prefer. I think, obviously it's dependent upon the song, but I think if I were going to try to fill in more layers with other stuff, I would probably lean towards the chords on one side and then like the kind of riff on another side. Let's do some percussion. You're going to have to bear with me on this. It's going to be my first time recording percussion on a microphone. So I would definitely say without a shadow of a doubt, my least favorite thing about recording things live with a microphone so far is this pair of headphones. My head is sweating and I don't like having to be quiet during takes. But other than that, so far so good. Let's see if I can shake this on time with the chord progression. Roast my tambourine form in the comments below. I'm going to be completely transparent. I'm going to take a listen to some of this, and I'm going to likely edit the timing on pretty much all of these, see what is sounding good, and then we will move on to maybe electric guitar or possibly figuring out something in the room to sample with the microphone. I don't even know if you can play just regular chords over a minor chord progression. Alright, so rolling with my Vox AC30, using my Jamascus Jazzmaster. I have the LS-208 between like the middle of the cone and toward the end of the cone, turned slightly off axis, about an inch from the front of the cab. I don't do this often. I would typically just plug into my Kemper, so I'm interested to see how this is going to sound. And it's already been kind of cool, or just different, testing tones this way, because what you get with like the Kemper or the Quad Cortex is what you hear through your speakers is what you're going to record, but dialing in a tone with an amp and then hearing it through my speakers is different. Let's give it a try. Alright, I'm going to sift through those takes and see which one we end up keeping, if any. So I'm getting pretty close to finishing up this track. Admittedly, I did not really enjoy miking up the cab with that Vox AC30. In light of me not enjoying that, I'm going to go ahead and go through my pedals and my Quad Cortex on my pedal board on the floor to try to think of a lead line, something simple, something kind of cool to just maybe tie all the ideas together. If I can successfully pull that off, I think I'm going to call the track finished, and then we will just take a look at what we got. Alright, so this may be kind of crazy, but I now have a track in my project named Desk. I needed some sort of kick drum in this project. I was going through, putting everything together, and realized it was lacking that kind of like kick drum to push it along. I was originally going to use a kick sample from Andrew Masters' studio sample pack, but rather than that, I just decided to go ahead, sample myself hitting my desk with the LS-208, and then I added a gain plug-in, a little bit of EQ, and some saturation, and it actually ended up sounding really, really cool, kind of like something you would hear on like lo-fi beats to study to or something like that. Anyways though, I'm gonna go ahead and put this in the project with the rest of the stuff. We're gonna take a listen to everything piece by piece as we add it together and see what we came up with using primarily the LS-208 from Lauten Audio. I should have just recorded the lead electric with it. That's